Hey guys, how's it going? So this is a video that I've been planning to do for a couple months now. My sister kind of gave me the idea a few months ago. She was just starting to get into makeup. She was asking me all these questions like, what's a good drugstore eyeliner? What's a cheap lipstick that's good? What's a good foundation? And it really got me thinking, what are those top products I think you could just build a starter kit from the drugstore with? What are the best foundations? What's the best concealers that you can do on a budget if you're just starting out, or you're in college and you don't have a lot of money for makeup? Or I started making a list of everything I really liked, and then I saw on Twitter that one of my friends here on YouTube, Liz, or LizLovesMakeupx3, was like, hey guys, give me some video ideas. And I'm like, hey, do you want to do a collab with me for a drugstore starter kit? And she said yes. So this is a collab with her. She's awesome. I love her videos. If you haven't, go check her out. I will link her right in the down bar below. She's amazing. She has some great videos. And right now I'm actually struggling with a cold right now, so if I sound a little nasally or just congested, that's why. I've been battling it for like 3 days now, and it's really bad. I think it's actually starting to turn into bronchitis. So my nose is kind of red right now because it's all stuffed up, but I really wanted to get this video done for you guys, so I'm pushing through it. So let's just start, from the base and work our way up. So what you want for a good base is a good primer. And I haven't tried a lot of drugstore primers. There really isn't that many. Like, they're starting to slowly develop them. And the one I do have to recommend isn't technically drugstore. It is available at Target. But it is a Pixie product, and I actually tried this first through my MyGlam. And I fell in love with it. And it is the Pixie Flawless and Poreless Primer. And I just have a sample size here. But this, I think, does a fabulous job of priming my skin, of hydrating my skin, and doing a little bit to kind of not shrink my pores, but minimize the appearance of them, so like my foundation doesn't settle into them. And I would compare it almost to the Tarte, this to the Tarte Poreless Primer that I'm actually currently using right now, because I think they're almost the exact same. This is a little more on the expensive side of the drugstore, but it's really going to do a good job of doing all that a primer should. In terms of foundation, I really give this category to Revlon. I have not tried a Revlon product that I've disliked in terms of foundation. I really liked the original Color Stay that came out, I believe, when I was in high school, and I used it all the time. That was when I needed a lot of coverage because I had acne-prone skin when I was in high school, so I needed a lot of coverage that was really gonna like cover up my acne and even out my skin tone and last throughout the whole day of school without any touch-ups, and I really liked it. It did a good job for me. And then Revlon came out with this Color Stay Whipped Foundation, and this is holy grail status for me. I love this foundation. It's fantastic. I think this is way better for us dry skin girls because it is a cream formulation, so it's way more hydrating, and it's just a very nice, it's a whipped foundation, so it's very creamy, almost like the whipped cream sort of, and this just does a really good job. It gives me a lot of coverage, but it's very lightweight on the skin at the same time. It doesn't feel cakey or anything like that. And then on my lighter days, when I want just a little bit of coverage and I don't want to go heavy on the makeup, I use another Revlon foundation. This is the Nearly Naked foundation. This came out over the past winter, and I picked it up. I fell in love with it. It took me some trial and error working with it to get a way that I like to apply it. And it's one of those that you don't get a lot of coverage for. You can definitely build it up to like medium coverage. But I wear this on my just lighter days. If you have freckles, they're going to show through. If you have acne, it's going to show through. But if you're just looking for something to like even out your skin tone, this is definitely the foundation you're going to want to get. If you really don't need the heaviness of a foundation, the next step down is going to be a tinted moisturizer or a BB cream. I really like Revlon's BB cream, their Photo Ready BB cream. I'm out of it, so I don't have it to show you guys. But that is a fantastic BB cream. It offers a lot of coverage, and it really just illuminates the skin if you have really dry skin like I do. Another one I really like is this Olay Fresh Effects BB cream. This doesn't provide much in the way of coverage unless you like apply it with your hands and you get a really thick coverage. But this is something that really just kind of lights my skin up. It has like, I don't know, there's illuminating properties to it. It makes me look glowing almost. and it is relatively cheap. It is along the more expensive side of the drugstore. I think this was like $15. But I do believe this is a really great alternative to, like, say, Smashbox BB cream or something on the higher end. For concealers, I am not a fan of drugstore concealers. I have not found one that I love and would say, oh, you need to have this in your starter kit. If you can find one that works for you, great. I have really, really bad dark circles, and the drugstore ones just do not cut it for me. They don't offer enough coverage, and they sink into my fine lines and wrinkles. I did really like, there's this one by Rimmel. I think it was a 2-in-1 concealer and brightener. It was like in a little squeezy tube, and it had a little like pen applicator. It was really great, and it was really inexpensive. It was like $4. I just have better alternatives that I'm willing to... I just have such heavy dark circles that I'm willing to shell out the extra bucks to get a high-end concealer. A lot of people really like the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser. I have since tried it again. Before I started using the high-end concealers, I used to use the Maybelline eraser all the time. I thought it was the best thing since sliced bread. I have since picked it up in preparing for this video and tried to try it again, and then I realized, wow, this concealer sucks. If you guys know of really good concealers from the drugstore, please leave it in a comment below. I'd love to try out some cheaper alternatives. But for now, I'm going to stick with my Benefit concealers because they really do the job for me. Now that we've covered foundation and concealer, you're going to need to set it, and you need a good setting powder. A lot of people really like this Rimmel Stay Matte Press Powder. This is a translucent powder. So it kind of looks like this, but when you apply it, it goes completely invisible. And this is really great for girls who have really oily skin, who want to set it and mattify it and don't want the greasiness to like creep up during the day. They just need something they can just kind of powder their face over really quick. This is really great. It's $3. It's available almost everywhere. I highly recommend it. But if you want a powder with a little more oomph to it that's going to give you a little more coverage, I suggest the Maybelline Age Rewind Press Powder. This offers a little bit more coverage. Mine's actually broken. I don't know how. Cheap packaging anyway. It has a little more coverage to it, and it comes in, and you can see it's got a little coverage right there. And this comes in also multiple shades, which is really great if you have like a darker skin tone or fair skin tone. This is going to come in handy for you. Next, it's time for blush, and the drugstore blushes have come a long, long way. I don't like Maybelline's blushes or Revlon's blushes, but I know they're coming out with some new ones. But I have 3 great alternatives on different ends of the price spectrum. First, Wet n Wild. Oh my god, Wet n Wild has just really, really stepped up their games in terms of blushes and eyeshadows. These are $3, but you get a lot of product, and this product gives you such color payoff that you will literally have this forever. I've had this blush for 3 years now, and you can still see the original design because you don't need a lot for it. They only have a couple of colors though. This is Heather Silk. I wish they came out with more colors. And then in the middle price range, these are about $5. These are NYX blushes. These are freaking fantastic. Another one that just gives you great payoff, and these have way bigger color selection. That's the NYX blush. There's the Wet n Wild blush. See how crazy pigmented these are? They're fantastic. They have a great shade range, and NYX products are usually buy one get one half off at Ulta. So this is on the higher end of the drugstore. This is a Milani Baked blush. These are great. They're kind of expensive. They're like $9, but they're so pretty. You get a lot of color. They're very shimmery, and these do last forever too. I've had this for a while. It's still got a pretty big dome on it. These, however, are harder to find. They're at Kmart, some Walgreens, some CVS's, and I have seen Super Targets carry them, or you can get them on cherryculture.com, but they are simply stunning blushes. I don't even know if you can see that. And these just have really great pigmentation. Color selection is also pretty good too. Let's move into the eye category. Now, I'm going to start with eyeshadow bases because drugstore really has few and far between eyeshadow bases. Revlon has a couple. Maybelline doesn't have like a legit eyeshadow base, I don't believe. Rimmel has one, but I have not been able to, for the life of me, to find it. And L'Oreal has a couple. I haven't tried theirs either. but I have a very cheap alternative. That is the Wet n Wild Fergie collection. This is their eyeshadow base. This was like $4. This I put right up with the Urban Decay Primer Potion. It is amazing. The consistency is the same. My eyeshadows do not crease. They do not wear off. They don't look splotchy. They are perfect by the end of the day, and I really think this is just as good as a high-end $30 eyeshadow primer. So next, drugstore brands have been coming out with cream bases, which high-end has always been really popular with. Brands like Benefit and Stila are known for their cream color bases. MAC has them, and now the drugstore has them in the form of the Maybelline Color Tattoo Eye Studios. I love these. These are like amazing. I don't know what I did without them. This one I have is Barely Beige. This is my most used one. I'm pretty sure this will be one of the only ones that I actually use up and repurchase. And I'll swatch it here. They are just so creamy and buttery, and they make great bases. You can wear them on your own because they're not going to crease or look splotchy or anything, but they will make your eyeshadows just pop. Another great alternative is the NYX Jumbo Pencils, and these are really inexpensive. They have a rainbow of color shades, and they're so pretty, and they make really good bases. This one is Milk. I use this a lot when I'm using like a bright color because the white really makes pop. So like if I want to use a green or a blue or a pink, not that I often do, but this one does a great job for that. I also have a neutral one here called Iced Mocha, and this is just a great bronzy base. These you can't wear alone. You always want to top them with an eyeshadow, and you definitely want to try to top them. You also want to use a primer underneath these as well, or else they will crease. Next is eyeshadow, my favorite subject in the world. I'm a huge eyeshadow junkie, and honestly, drugstore eyeshadows are kind of hit and miss. One just standout brand when it comes to eyeshadow in the drugstore is Wet n Wild. They have singles, they have trios, they have big 8 pans, they also have 6 pans that are really great. These eyeshadows are just so amazing. They're buttery and pigmented and opaque. They have great shade range. They're stunning. They're stunning. These are almost as great as my Urban Decay eyeshadows in my Naked palette or my Lorac palette. They're just fantastic. I can't believe that they're so cheap. And Wet n Wild, like when I was growing up and little and in junior high, Wet n Wild would be the stuff that I would get to play with because it was so crappy. And I honestly just had such low opinion of Wet n Wild until I tried them. And I didn't even give them a shot until I heard Emily Noel 83 talking about them because she was just raving about them. She used them in tons of tutorials, and I thought, okay, I'm going to pick them up. And I love them. I own the Comfort Zone palette. I have two trios. This is Sweet and Candy. And, this one is the Silent Treatment. And then I own 2 of the 6-pan shadows. They're just amazing, and they've just come a long way, and they're super affordable. These are $3. This 8-pan eyeshadow was $5. What? You get 8 amazing buttery eyeshadows for $5. In terms of mascara, I just picked these guys up, so they're still in the packaging. I have tried my fair share of drugstore mascaras. I've tried CoverGirl's, I've tried Rimmel's and L'Oreal's and Revlon's and Maybelline's. And I used to be like a CoverGirl Lash Splash junkie, and now I just don't like it. It's too clumpy for my taste. And then I always had such a low opinion of Maybelline mascaras. I hadn't tried one I liked, but then I tried the Rocket and my whole world was changed because this is just such a fabulous mascara. I'm going to open up the packaging right now and just show you the brush really quickly since it's all clean and nice looking. This is what the wand looks like. It's not too big, it's not too small, it's kind of tapered here. The bristles are really tiny, so they just really get in there and get all of the lashes, and they make them just very voluminous and long, and it just is fantastic. I like that it doesn't flake, it doesn't clump. Look how affordable it is. It's only $6, and who needs expensive mascara when you have to throw it out in 3 months? This just is fantastic. The formulation is great. If you haven't tried it yet, what are you waiting for? Next is another one from Maybelline, and this is one again that I got recommended by Emily Noel 83. She always uses this for her bottom lashes. This is the Maybelline Lash Discovery, and the wand is so tiny on this that it works really great for getting your bottom lashes, and it doesn't make them too spidery. It doesn't flake, and the formulation is really dry so they don't get spidery. I really like it. Liquid eyeliner is something you really don't have to shell out the big bucks for. You can find really great eyeliner at the drugstore. Maybelline Line Stiletto is great. L'Oreal Telescopic is great. L'Oreal Linear Intense is also fantastic. That being said, I was introduced to Jordana Fabuliner through a giveaway I won from 11th Gorgeous. This is $2.99 at Walgreens, and it's really great. It's a pen, and it's a very thin little felt tip pen. You get some very nice control of the lines, and it's very black, and they're $2. They're only $3. Like, what? There's no question. Just use this. Like I said, also Maybelline is great, L'Oreal is great, but I personally will only use this. Now, in terms of pencil liners, I can't find one at the drugstore that I particularly like. I really like my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencils. The NYX pencils I've heard are comparable to those. I haven't tried them yet. I didn't care for the Maybelline Master Drama. I used to use the Rimmel Exaggerate pencil for the longest time, and then I started using the Urban Decay pencils, and those were so much better. So I really can't recommend a drugstore eyeliner for you. Let's move on to everybody's favorite lippies. I have actually a lot of drugstore lip products here to talk about. I almost just made drugstore lips, its own separate video, and I might do my top 5 drugstore lipsticks. But for now, I'm just going to talk about their particular lines and not really go into my favorite colors from them. Just for lipsticks, but these really aren't lipsticks. These are the Revlon lip butters. Of course, I talk about these enough. Y'all know. This is actually a repurchase that I just purchased. This is Berry Smoothie because I actually used it all up. It's fantastic. I love it. They're very smooth, and I'm running out of space. I'm going to try swatching on my left hand. They're very moisturizing and beautiful. You get good color payoff. You can build them up, or you can get a very sheer coverage. And they're so great. They aren't that long lasting. I do feel the need to touch them up every 3 hours or so. But they're great. They're affordable. And I feel like I can get away with not putting on a lip balm before I use these. Next, if you want a stain, the drugstore has come out with a lot of jumbo balm stains. Revlon has them. Neutrogena has them. Who else has them? CoverGirl just came out with some, and then I think Jordana just released a line of them, and they're only like $3. The Revlon ones have a lot of shades to them, and they're a bit pricier. They're like $7 or $8 depending where you buy them, but the shade range is really good. The staying power is really great. I just don't like how dry they make my lips because they are not they're not really moisturizing, even though they say they're a balm. And this just, there's a swatch of it. This is a really light neutral color. If I want a long-lasting lip color, I will actually reach for the CoverGirl one over the Revlon one, but I just wanted to tell you guys about that. This one is CoverGirl Lip Perfection Jumbo Gloss Balm. These do a much better job of moisturizing your lips, and they're a bit less, and they're way more opaque than the they're a bit more opaque than the Revlon ones are. These Revlon ones are kind of sheer, and these do much better at moisturizing your lips. They just don't have as many shades available in this, and the staying power is not as good. Now, another great drugstore lipstick. These are Maybelline's answer to the Revlon lip butters. They're the Color Whisper line. I have a couple of these. This is just the nude one that I picked up. You get great color payoff. These are not as moisturizing as the Revlon lip butters, and they definitely don't have the staying power of them unless you're using the darker berry colors that I have. But they're still really nice, and they're cheap and affordable. The color selection is great. That's always a good factor to have. Next, let's talk about lip gloss. Some of my favorite brands of lip gloss. Of course, I'm gonna have to hand it to NYX. These are fabulous. I love them. They're really cheap. They have a great smell. I love the way they smell, and I just got some on my nose. They have a nice bent doe foot applicator, and this one is Tea Rose. It's a very dark pink color, but look at that color payoff. Almost all of the lip glosses from NYX are like that. You just get great color payoff. This is beige. They're not cleverly named. This is beige, and it's a really pink color. So not cleverly named, but great lip glosses nonetheless, and they're super affordable. Shade range on these is fantastic. Oh my gosh. The next one is from L'Oreal, and the name is actually running off because that's how much I use it. This is their Color Riche Le Gloss. These came out 2 springs ago, I think. And anyway, I have like 4 of them or something. They're a bit more sheer, but I like to apply these over lipsticks, so I really don't care. They're not very sticky, which is why I like them. I really don't like when my lip glosses are sticky. It bugs the crap out of me. These are not sticky at all, and they're always releasing new shades for this. They come out with almost every new collection they have. That being said, they don't have very many colors. The new shades they do release never stay around. They're never permanent. But I really like their, I love that they release new colors of this. There's always one with their fall runway collection and their spring collection and their summer collection. So these are fantastic. Random lip balms I want to talk about. Baby Lips from Maybelline. What in the world did we do before Baby Lips with Maybelline? They're fantastic. I love them so much. They are just great lip balms. Some are tinted, some are not. This isn't tinted at all. You can't even get any color off of it. But this is really great. I like using that. The clear one is also really great. And then if you want a little color to it, this one. This one is Pink Punch, and it is definitely punchy. It's pretty good. I think it has really great tint to it. And they're really great. They're very moisturizing. Not as great as my Carmex, but so now that we've talked about makeup, let's talk about taking that makeup off. I don't have any packs to show you, but I love my Neutrogena makeup remover wipes. They are fantastic. They take off all my makeup. They don't leave any residue. They don't irritate my skin or eyes. They're amazing, and they're really cheap and affordable. Also, I really like my Maybelline Clean Express makeup remover. This is kind of just shake up and you put on a little cotton round and you swipe it over your eye to remove your eye makeup. It doesn't take off my foundation, so it's a Neutrogena wipe anyway, but I really like using this to take off my eye makeup, and when I screw up I can just stick a little Q-tip in here and remove the mascara smudge or the eyeliner smudge. And these just came out this spring from Maybelline, and they also have makeup remover wipes in this formula. I haven't tried them yet, but I really plan to. But I love this. I didn't have high expectations for it either. Okay, quickly, tools. The drugstore doesn't have a lot of makeup brushes. Let's be real, we all know that. But the brands that they are coming out with are just fantastic. The first experience I had with drugstore brushes were Eco Tools. And you can find these at Walmart, Kmart, Target, Walgreens. I threw it across the room. They're very inexpensive. You can get a pack of these that covers the whole face. It'll have a foundation brush, a blush brush, and eyeshadow brushes, and you could get those and it's only like $10. And they're really great for the environment. They're made with recycled materials and they're just really great for the environment. I really like them. And then the Real Techniques brushes came into the market, and these were created by YouTube guru Samantha Chapman, who was a professional makeup artist, I think, before she started doing YouTube videos. And she created this line of brushes, and they're amazing. They're super cute. They're very great weight. They're very soft and fluffy. I have the basic blush brush, which is just a very large dome-shaped brush. And then I have the setting brush, which I like to use under my eye to set my concealer and highlight my, and to place on my highlight. These are great. These are a little more expensive. I think these individual brushes were like $6 to $7 a piece. They have really great travel kits and full kits. They have really great full face kits and full eye kits and travel kits. These are available at Ulta. I do believe Walmart started to carry them, and Walgreens. So if you definitely want to, and if you need to start building up your brush collection, definitely try these out. Definitely go check Liz's video out of this. She knows what she's talking about. She does great reviews and great product recommendations. And I do have reviews of most of these products. I have one of the Olay Fresh Effects BB Cream. I have foundation reviews of the Revlon foundations. And I have, yeah, I think that's it. So definitely go check those out. Any reviews of any of these projects mentioned, please let me know. And yeah, that's gonna be it for the day. Thank you guys so much for watching. It was a very long video. I know we went over a lot of information, and it's very overwhelming, I'm sure. So if you do have any questions, please leave it in a comment below. And I guess it'll be it for the day. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.